At this particular moment, as you are watching this video, how would you feel if I told you that the clothes you're wearing right now are made from cow poop? Not to worry, there's a good chance that you're not wearing clothes made from poop. At least not yet anyway. But one day you might be. And it's because of two problems the world is facing right now. The first is a pooping problem. There's just too much of it. Every year, there's at least 5 billion tons of poop generated by livestock in farms. And you might be thinking, isn't manure good for the soil? Can't we just dump all the poop in the farms and grow crops out of it? First off, ew. And second off, the problem with that is too much poop in the soil is actually more harmful to the soil than good, because it overconcentrates the soil with phosphate and nitrogen, which kills life. Because of this, there's been a lot of friction between the farms and the government. The government has been setting regulations and laws to limit the level of pollution in the soil, and this makes it harder for the farm businesses to grow, because now they have a limit with how much they can produce. And this is an international environmental issue. In New Zealand, it is estimated that 60% of waterways are unsafe for swimming because of all of the runoff poop from the dairy farms. Imagine that, living in a country where 2 out of every 3 bodies of water are filled with poop particles. The second problem is with the material that your clothes are made out of, cotton. The cotton industry is huge and one of the oldest industries, ranging way back since the 5th millennium BC, where people have been using the natural fiber in cotton plants to make their clothes. And the global reach of cotton is wide. Pretty much everybody around the world who doesn't walk around butt naked like it's a normal day has clothing made from cotton material. The problem is that the way we produce this cotton material is really expensive to the environment. Check this out. The World Wildlife Federation estimates that around 20,000 liters of water is required to produce 1 kilogram of cotton, enough for a single t-shirt and a pair of jeans. That same amount of water would last you 27 years if you were drinking about 2 liters of water every day, which is what the health authorities recommend. Let me repeat that one more time. The cost of water to make a single t-shirt and a pair of jeans is the same amount of water that one person would need for 27 years. So the next time you pull out a t-shirt and some jeans from your closet, just remember, that's a 27-year opportunity cost. Not only is cotton farming expensive, but it's also really bad for the environment because of all of the chemicals and pesticides used that run off into the lakes, contaminating the waters. So far, we've talked about cow manure and cotton. So how are the two connected to make what you wear? Well, to answer that question, first we have to understand why we use cotton in the first place. We harvest cotton plants because it contains a high concentration of cellulose. Think way back to your grade 9 biology class. Cellulose is the material found in the skin of plants. The higher the concentration of this material, the stiffer and more rigid the plant skin is. And cotton fiber in particular has a very high concentration of cellulose, around 90%. And for comparison, wood only contains about 40 to 50% cellulose. And this cellulose is the raw material that is used for producing fabrics. And this is what makes cotton such a popular choice, despite all the costs that come with it. But it turns out that there is another source containing a high concentration of cellulose, and that is cow poop. So everybody knows that cows are famous for having 4 stomachs, which allow them to digest and extract nutrients from tough grass. Well, once they're done ingesting this rough material that's high in cellulose content, what these cows poop out is a fine base material mainly consisting of cellulose, without all the other useless nutrients in the plant not needed for fabric production. This is exactly the process that a Dutch startup by the name of Mestic is working on. Mestic has developed a process to turn cow manure into cellulose fiber. Manure is a combination of urine and cow poop, which is 80% water. Mestic's process is to separate the dry and wet fractions of the poop and have the wet fraction go through a fermentation process where solvents are extracted to transform the cellulose from the remnants of grass and corn that cows eat. Mestic CEO Jalila Essaidi thinks that all the extra cow poop we have around the world could give us over 10 times the cellulose we need for all of our fashion needs. In fact, Mestic even hosted their own fashion show showcasing some of the clothes that can be produced by cow poop. They even won some awards from H&M. Unlike cotton farming, cow poop is super cheap. In fact, in some places, it's freely available. In the Netherlands, for example, not only is it free, but farmers are delivering the manure and paying a gate fee of 18 euros per ton on top of it. So Mestic is making bank. At scale, Mestic is solving two big world problems at once by both getting rid of the excess manure and the pollution and expense costs from cotton farming. This innovative solution could have us all wearing poopy clothes in the near future, especially as we're seeing big apparel companies like H&M taking an interest in this type of technology. Would it bother you knowing that the material that made your clothes came from cow manure? Let me know in the comments below, and if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe with notifications, and I'll see you on the next one.